Tonight's primetime lineup on WESH 2 is sponsored by Orlando Health Heart and Vascular Institute, ranked best in Central Florida for heart care by U.S. News and World Report.
State Attorney Andrew Bain live in our studio. What he's gotten done in his first 100 days in office.
We are learning more about a deadly hit and run, the search for a man who left a 5-year-old girl to die.
No one has given us any answers, and our concern is getting her back safe.
Growing concerns for a mom gone missing. The charges against the man who was allegedly the last person to see her.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
A 5-year-old is dead. Another person is in the hospital after a hit-and-run crash in Orlando. Police need your help looking for the driver who got away.
WESH 2's Tonight Deborah Gettigas spoke with the little girl's mother.
A woman is behind bars after Daytona Beach police say she left her baby behind at the beach. Shamika Mitchell is charged with child neglect and aggravated child abuse after her baby was found unresponsive. Officers were called on Wednesday. According to court documents, Mitchell said she met up with the 1-year-old's dad and handed him the baby. But Mitchell's son says the baby's father lives in Detroit, so he was skeptical. No word on how the baby is doing now.
A mother of 4 is missing, and her family is extremely worried. They reported her missing to Winter Springs police over the weekend, telling them that she was last seen with her estranged husband. And as WESH 2's Dave McDaniel explains, her estranged husband is facing criminal charges in a completely separate incident.
It's been a gloomy and cloudy day all day today. Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi joining us now. Tony, downtown, you got that little cast of clouds that's right over there, but we did get some much needed rainfall.
We did, but we need more, and we've got more on the way. We'll break that down for you in a second. If you are heading outside tonight, running some errands tonight, you're going to have to be careful there because some of the roads are going to be a bit slick. You take a live look in, you can see a little bit of rain on that lens there. The temperatures aren't too bad. We're in the 60s to the low 70s outside for the most part, but when you take a look at the enhanced satellite, we've got a developing area of low pressure here in the western Gulf. That's going to translate eastward and redevelop along the southeastern tip there of the peninsula. That could bring us some heavier rain by Wednesday and Thursday, along with the risk for a few strong storms. Tonight, though, nothing severe. We do have some rain coming on in. It's not heavy. It's more of a nuisance than anything else. Daytona Beach down towards New Smyrna Beach, Oak Hill, on into Scottsmore. Some fast-moving showers here. Moving off towards the south and the west, so I-95, the 46 corridor there, right through 50 Colonial, also getting a bit wet. 417 there, Lake Nona down towards Meadow Woods and over towards Hunters Creek. A few light showers there. More of a steadier downpour, though, pushing over I-95 near the West Melbourne area. We widened out that view there. A few spotty showers along the turnpike as well. So these northeast winds will keep the rains coming in. And it's also going to keep the risk for some coastal flooding with our next high tide later on tonight. High rip current concerns as well, right through the late afternoon hours come tomorrow. Again, not the best of marine conditions either. We'll talk more about, again, the rougher weather coming in for Wednesday and Thursday when I see it coming up at 7:18.
Tony, thank you. Right now, State Attorney Andrew Bain is joining us live on his 100th day as a state attorney. You mentioned this earlier today, but I want to go through some of the accomplishments that your office has been touting. You reinstated mandatory minimum sentences for felons with guns. You also requested a grand jury review for use of force cases. Tell us how those policies have made Central Florida streets safer. All right, State Attorney Andrew Bain joining us now at this 100 days in office. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Michelle.
OnePulse Executive Director Deborah Bowie has resigned from the foundation effective immediately. Bowie sent us a statement today saying, in part, "It's been a difficult engagement, to say the least, but I am grateful for the opportunity to have served such an incredible community of amazing people who are the best examples of resiliency and love born out of tragedy." And a spokesperson for the OnePulse Foundation says that they are saddened by her resignation. They say she was faced with many challenges, including the pandemic and property negotiations. Bowie was the second executive director in the foundation's 7-year history. She was hired in June of 2022, replacing founder Barbara Poma. The city, late last month, purchased that property and is now moving forward with efforts to build a memorial. Stay with us. We're coming right back on WESH 2 News at 7.
WESH 2 First Warning Traffic, helping you get from here to there with ease. Warning you of delays and giving you the best route. Watch Megan Mackey weekdays on WESH 2 News Sunrise.
Welcome back. SpaceX's massive Starship could have its second test flight later on this week in Texas. SpaceX's Starship is the biggest and most powerful rocket ever built. Facing FAA and a few other regulatory approvals, a second test flight could come this week, possibly by Friday. First test in April ended when a self-destruct was triggered on the nearly 400-foot rocket, an issue at stage separation and power loss of some of its engines.
Really, I think if they get through the first stage firing, everything goes well, that's kind of a success. And then we'll see what happens at stage separation, and then if Starship goes off and flies, there will be lots of things to look at.
If everything goes to plan, Starship will make it in the history books from the Space Coast. It is scheduled to take NASA astronauts to the lunar surface in the Artemis 3 mission as early as 2025. Skaters, get ready to shred. We got a behind-the-scenes look at a brand new skate park in St. Cloud.
And construction is almost done. The park is at Ted Broda Memorial Park on Michigan Avenue. It cost about $1 million, and it'll replace the city's old park on Peghorn Way. It'll be 13,000 square feet with more amenities, including a skatable bowl extension.
Kids of all ages are going to be able to come out here on skateboards, on skates, and just really be able to have a great time. It's going to be exercise. It's going to get your kids out.
To start shredding, the park should be ready by early to mid-December. Okay, for the first time, we have a camera video of many people's worst fear. It's a gator in their bathtub.
Orange County deputies were called to remove it back in September. Take a look. We first reported this when a 25-year-old woman was cited for unlawful possession of an alligator. Florida Fish and Wildlife officials say she was caught keeping the alligator in the bathtub at the Grove Resort and Water Park. FWC officials said the woman told them she was just borrowing the reptile from a place called Croc Encounters over in Tampa, where she used to work. FWC returned that baby alligator to the park safely. Yeah, that's different. All right, they're saying if there's a body of water, assume there's an alligator in it.
Well, one group of otters didn't seem to. When the otters spot it, they start darting back and forth, and it looks like they're taunting this gator. Or maybe they were trying to confuse it?
Maybe.
Not quite sure what's happening, but wildlife is so fascinating.
Have you seen otters in the wild?
I saw an otter crossing the street near my house. It blew my mind. I didn't know what was going on.
When the otter crosses the street, that sounds like the beginning of a joke.
Yes.
But they could be a little feisty out there.
Yes, I do know that.
They got a little honey badger in them, I think.
I don't approach any wildlife.
Well, that's a fair point.
Yeah. Okay. Now that we're in the dry season, the U.S. Forest Service has some safety reminders for everyone. It's getting cold out, but campfires are off the table right now. They say there's an elevated fire danger for all national forest districts in the state. They urge everyone to not build fires in our forests. If you are venturing out into the cold, pack warmer clothes and night gear for comfort and safety.
Dry season?
Yeah, it was a little wet today.
It was. We needed it. Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi joins us now. It's going to be a wet week, Tone.
I was going to say, it's going to be getting even wetter. Today was just the entree, and it's kind of fairly light, misty, to be honest with you. Temperatures up north in the 60s, temperatures south and east in the 70s. The area of low pressure that we're watching is an upper low in West Texas. That's going to develop a surface low in the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to move across the woods late Wednesday on into Thursday. So for now it's light, but as this storm system redevelops more towards the south and pivots to the north and the east, things will get a little bit more active here by the time we get into Wednesday and Thursday. Coming in off of the Atlantic tonight is of the lighter, nothing to worry about with regards to any sort of severe weather. But if you are traveling up and down A1A and I-95, there are some a little bit of yellow showing up in there, some moderate showers there, and then up and down I-95 from Titusville on into Port St. John. A couple of light to moderate showers here as they work farther inland over towards Disney. They do appear to be weakening. A heavier downpour just blew through Melbourne, West Melbourne on the north side there of Palm Bay as it's racing off towards the southwest over towards Kenansville. So we'll continue to monitor that. 4, 6, 7.5 inches behind over towards Leesburg. We'll get a little bit of a help though this week. I'll break that down here in a second. Notice the temperatures through 11 o'clock holding steady right around 71 and only dropping about a degree with the clouds and the moisture in play here in the metro areas. 12-hour forecast for tomorrow. You can see the rain throughout the day, off and on. For the most part, fairly light, but as this low pressure continues to crank on up, we'll go from a showery regime to potentially here some heavier showers and thunderstorms very late Wednesday night on into the first half of Thursday. In fact, you take a look at the rainfall comparison, European computer model now. indicating the potential for 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 inches of rain in portions east of I-95. The GFS has the rain, and it's coming more in line with the European, so this is good news. By the end of the week, we may be in much better shape from a rainfall standpoint. The one thing we're going to have to watch, though, is this risk for an isolated strong to severe storm. If the European computer model is indeed correct, we'll be fine-tuning that here over the next couple of days. Tomorrow afternoon, temperatures with the clouds. Now, we dry on out. The humidity is low. The afternoon high temperatures will be in the 70s. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good looking weekend, folks, with temperatures in the upper 70s, pretty close to normal for this time of the year. Tropically speaking, this broad area of low pressure is just now trying to get organized and may head towards Kingston and or Hispaniola later on in the week. So let's take a look now at the updated 7-day forecast. Plenty of rain, a couple thunderstorms in the forecast there for Wednesday and Thursday. Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, we clear on out, turning much better as we head into the weekend.
When the weather is better, Michelle and I will get some outdoor training in. Now, the OUC Orlando Half Marathon is just around the corner.
Guys, it's less than 3 weeks away. Can you believe that?
It's here.
Okay, there's no backing out now. WESH 2 is the best choice if you want to tune in, because along with the two of us, WESH 2 will have several crews there. We're going to bring you all the coverage. Tune in Saturday, December 2nd, starting at 7 a.m. on WESH 2 and on WESH.com. We're going to be broadcasting it live for the first time.
You get to see us live running 13.2 miles, 13.1 miles.
0.1.
Too far.
I'm not going 0.2.
You're going 0.2. Thanksgiving next week, and millions of people are expected to travel to spend time with their families.
But getting around the state might be more difficult than usual. How a potential government shutdown could throw a wrench into your travel plans.
This First Warning weather update is sponsored by the law offices of Dan Newland Injury Attorneys.
After a midweek spike in gas prices last week, there's better news for drivers now. AAA says prices at the pump are falling once again. After a 2023 low of $3.16 per gallon last Monday, prices jumped 8 cents by Wednesday. But the rise, which surprised experts since the price of oil was still falling, was very short-lived. The average price dropped about 2 cents per day, so the state average day is $3.17. In Central Florida, the Sumter County is the cheapest at $3.09, and Flagler County is the most expensive at $3.22 per gallon.
We are getting closer to one of the busiest travel periods of the year. AAA says more than 55 million people will travel at least 50 miles from home for Thanksgiving weekend. 49 million plan to take a road trip, while close to 5 million will fly. Experts are closely watching how a potential government shutdown could impact your travel. White House warns airline passengers could see long wait times and delays.
In preparation for that rush of travel, Brightline has some early Black Friday deals for trips to and from Miami. So Brightline says it will sell adult one-way tickets for travel through February 29th for $59. For kids, those tickets start at just $29. And to get this deal, you have to book your spot by Cyber Monday, which is on November 27th. Okay, with the holidays in mind, we are gearing up for this year's Share Your Christmas to benefit Second Harvest Food Bank.
And the event will look a little bit different this time around. Now it's going to be a big one-day event in the 6 county locations on your screen. Get ready for Friday, December 8th. We'll all be in these locations that day from 6 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. You can find out how to get involved on the Share Your Christmas page of WESH.com. We have several stories we're following for you tonight.
Summer Knowles is here now with a preview. Hey, Summer.
Hey, guys. Wildlife officials are sharing their expertise to help people stay safe in what they call bear country. The important workshop tonight after several recent close calls. Plus, celebrating India's Festival of Lights, the special ceremony in Orange County marking Diwali. That and much more tonight on 10 at 11.
All right, Summer, thank you so much. That'll do it for us for right now. Join us again at 10 on CW18 and 11 o'clock right here on WESH 2.
News is always on at WESH.com and the WESH 2 News mobile app. Have a great night.
Thank you for watching WESH 2 News. Get caught up on local news, originals, and more. Download the Very Local app and stream for free on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, iOS, and Android mobile devices.
First Warning Weather on WESH 2 is sponsored by Greenway Kia.